But the origins of the Sith and the Jedi, that is the next question. So how did these ancient orders arise? What were their original goals and philosophies? How did they evolve over time, and what led to their conflict? There is a lot of deep lore into this stuff.
Nobody knows the answer to that question.
Well, it's all,
I just think of the origins of the Sith and the Jedi. Like the Jedi, historically, other than the Acolyte, equals good. The Sith, historically speaking, equal evil. So it's the classic tale of good versus evil, peanut butter and jelly. Except you can't have one without the other. Maybe you can.
This is a classic tale of peanut butter and jelly. We're fighting to the death for. That's how this all started. That's how it started. Actually, it actually started on Earth, and it was a conflict between people who like peanut butter more or jelly more.
100%.
Which side's which? Which side is the light side of the Force, the Jedi,
dear.
and which side? If you like peanut butter more,
if you're having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and you run out of one ingredient, what prevents you from making the sandwich in the first place? I got no peanut butter. Ain't no peanut butter and jelly in this house then. Or I got no
what
jelly.
If you don't have bread?
Would you have just what?
What?
There's 3 ingredients to make a peanut butter and
If
jelly
you had no
sandwich.
bread, that would be the messiest peanut butter and jelly ever.
oh, you need to make a short about that. Like just peanut butter. If you have no bread. Man, what was that question? We're dying. Oh no! Oh man!
Do the puzzle.
I'm trying.
Oh no!
Oh, no, you were saying
The peanut butter and jelly does not work as a metaphor for evil.
because you can't. You were saying if you miss one ingredient, and I was saying there's 3 ingredients. So
He's dying. He's dying.
Back myself up.
yeah, you
That was hilarious, dude.
Anybody else got any answers?
All right, so if you go back to actual lore and stuff like that, the Sith, I think technically the Sith, and you guys fact check, or maybe fact checker, or I mean the
what,
chat.
I'm the Sith?
No, the chat. No, I'm not saying. Yes,
You are the Sith.
you are the Sith. The Sith were actually like a species of like Sith. That was like the name of the species. I think this is legend. I
Okay.
don't think this is actually like canon now, but. Anyway, there wasn't like a good and evil side starting off. If you go back to like way old, it was just Force users basically. I don't think they call themselves that, but it depends on what material you're going off of if you're going lore wise. Because there was like the Jedi, which is like a real long time ago, and anyway, so then there's like the Sith species, and like, but they kind of reigned over certain, I don't know, I'm not getting this all 100%. I'm just going back in the memory banks for this one. It's been a while. So it's Sith species, right. And I forget, they had like a Sith empire because they took over like certain worlds.
The ice world of Zeost.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. And like from that, they formed like the Sith, but then they also, were they able to use the Force? I think they were able to use the Force, but then they got like people like who were able to use the Force kind of integrated into the Sith empire, and then it became like the Sith empire over time that combated against the Jedi. It was like kind of a yin and yang situation going on there, like good versus evil. But the Sith obviously didn't really view themselves as evil. The Jedi didn't view themselves as evil. You know, it's one of the classic case of peanut butter and jelly.
And we're back.
So yeah, that's kind of what I know, my limited knowledge when it comes to that, the origins of the Sith. And yeah, that is a big question that has not fully actually been answered. It's a moving target. A lot of the stuff is moving
But doesn't it make sense? Good and evil. Sith, always, as Hunter says, I don't think there's any deep meaning to Sith Empire starting other than what they crave most, power.
Right.
So,
Nice.
you know, were they all Jedi originally and just like...
I think they were all Force users originally.
Force users originally.
then-
And somebody craves power eventually.
Right. It's just a difference
Yeah.
of beliefs over time led to their...
Just like any civilization, eventually somebody seeks the power and the whole thing gets toppled.
Right.
Or that person gets toppled.
Or pinched.
Or pinched. Or snipped with the little pinchers.
All right. So fact check me on that. If I'm missing anything, fact check me.
Google AI, are you satisfied?
Google AI.
We should have the voice join us.
Yes, I am satisfied, Dan. I am
Not satisfied.
That's not evil enough.
Yeah, it's like, I am the Sith Empire now. I rule all the jelly. Wait, do we have a poll for which people prefer the jelly or peanut butter more on their sandwich?
Or bread.
I'm just saying there's still, or you can throw the outlier in the bread.
It's just like...
I'm just saying, which would you prefer more? Do you go peanut butter heavy or do you go jelly heavy? That's more what I want to know. Because obviously we're all having peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but which one do you like more in there?
I think this demands...
What you decide on that determines if you're a Sith or a Jedi, and we're not going to tell you what it is until afterwards.
That's right, but it demands...